Hi, this is Rachelle, and I'm going to work on making a tassel. I'm going to make this tassel for the Ledger Tall Skinny Journal. I don't know why I didn't do it previously, but I've pulled out a variety of different ribbons and trims, and I think I even have a little lace in here. So I'm just going to see what I can come up with. So I think I'm going to make it fairly long since the journal is long. I have my 18-inch ruler here. So I'm going to somewhat use that as a guide. Let's get the washi tape off the ruler. All right. So I'm going to start with this furry trim. I don't know if this would be considered eyelash trim, but I think I want to use several pieces of this. I have some red. The journal that I'm making this for is red, but I don't know where the red is. It's not in my fiber container, so we'll just deal with the black for now. So let's just cut, and I think I want a minimum, let's move this out of the way a little bit, a minimum of about 12 pieces. We'll see how thick that's going to make my tassel. Okay, so as I do these, I'm going to set them aside. Now I purchased these from these little things of ribbon, which is what some of this is here as well. This is all tangled up, and I really want to use it all up. So I'm going to start using that. I had this piece just laying in my ribbon drawer, so let's get rid of that. I'm trying to really start using my stash. So this one's a little long. We'll just trim off a little bit of that. I've got this that I've had forever. It came from the dollar spot at Target, actually. So let's use some of that. And I'll try to neaten these up. So much of it has come unraveled while I was digging around. Then let's see, let's go with this thin black trim. Not sure where I got this from. Probably Hobby Lobby, somewhere like that. Maybe Joann. I'm gonna use a couple of pieces of that because I really want to use this up as well. Then I have this. This is actually Christmas ribbon. But I'm going to use a little bit of this since our journal is red. And maybe I should put some gold too. Let's put some gold. I've got fiber stuck to it. Okay. Put a couple pieces of gold. All right, so that one is done. Let's wind that up some. Then I have this, it's like a burlap trim. Let's use a piece of that, kind of neutral. Got some more glittery trim like the black, but this is the white version. I'm gonna use some of that. And that just leaves me a little piece. I need to get some spools for these little leftover pieces. Okay, so since this is out, and I stopped counting, so I'm just gonna keep going, and then I can come back and count when I'm done. I'm gonna use several pieces of this. I like this sheer ribbon. This is from, I'm at the end of this one, so that's good. I get these sheer ribbons from Dollar Tree, and I thought they would make good ties for journals, but they are not the best for ties. So this is a little long. I'm just gonna trim a piece off. What's next? Still looking very thin. So I had pulled this roll out. I don't think I need that one. Let's use, got flour floating around on my desk. Let's use a piece of this white. I don't want to use too much white, but I have a lot of it, so the journal does have some white on the cover. I'm going to use some of this crochet lace or trim. This is from the Dollar Tree. I don't want to take the little twisty tie off, so I'm just going to try and slide it out. Okay. Let's do this. Now keep in mind the length of this is going to be half of what you see here. So here's more white, but this has been floating around my drawer, and I think it would make, this was like the first piece that I pulled. So I want to use that. This isn't really white. It's like a gray color, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's white, but I'm going to use it. Okay, so that is rolled up. Then I have this. It's gray and white. Let's use a little of this. Like I said, I've had these for ages, and it's just time to use my supplies. It's past time. So let's do it. Do I want to use this fuzzy one? Why not? Let's do that. So this just can tuck under. It's not very much left. So that is done. This is trash. All right, now let's get into this. I've never used any of this. And this is the color schemes mostly of the journal. Where's the end? There we go. I might just use all of this if I can. It's a little short, but I can make it work. So there's that one. Let's see what's going on with this red pom-pom. So of all those messy pile of ribbons, this is where we are. And I am missing my lace. Oh, it got caught in eyelash trim. Might put some more eyelash trim in here as well. Do I want to use all of this? The pom-pom? I think so. Let's just cut it in half. Okay. And then we'll just use this whole spool. Because I like every design that is there. Okay, so that is used. All right. Then I'm gonna come back and grab this. I'm gonna put some more black 1/8 inch ribbon. I think that's what this is. Okay. And I guess we can use some more of this. So maybe I'm using considerably more than 12 pieces. This is short, but I'm gonna put it in there. So this is the lace that I pulled. It is too short, so I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna have to get some more lace. So let's go ahead and add some more of this eyelash trim. So I want this to be very full, and the eyelash trim does add a little something to it. All right, let's see. I think that's pretty full. That's like very full and chunky. All right, so I'm gonna stop there, even though I did want to pull some lace. Let's try some lace. It's unfortunate that I don't have any red lace, but this will be fine. So I'm just gonna cut a length of this off. This was clearance from Hobby Lobby. And then I'm gonna cut the band off, or snip it and then do my best to pull it off fairly neatly. Let's get the eyelash trim out of it. But we're doing that. That's so we won't have that curved look to the lace. The lace will lay flat. That makes sense. All right. Now this lace and this, I think I did the lace a little long, but that's okay. I can use the excess somewhere else. Kind of arrange them a little how I want them. Make sure the lengths are pretty lined up. Now I'm going to use eyelash trim to tie it off, I think. So I'm going to use a fairly long piece of this, longer than the tassel pieces. And I probably should have did this part first. I got little fibers everywhere. All right, so I'm going to lay this going the opposite direction, up and down. And then I'm going to place my tassel pieces, my tassel bits on top. Pretty much find the center, which, I mean, with the ruler there, this is a center finding ruler. And I'm just going to tie this up like so. Pretty tight, don't pull too tight, don't want to tear. And then I'm going to wrap it around, flip it over, I guess would be better, the better thing to say. I'm flip it over and I'm going to tie it again, just for good measure. Nice and tight. Oop, I felt some tearing there. Lost some eyelashes, I think. All right. Let's do that one more time just to be on the safe side. This is why I made it longer. For wrapping and tying. And then it's better to have more than not enough. And I can always trim off what I don't need. All right. So once that's done, you can wrap this around something or just hold it in your hand. I kind of start adjusting things. Like I shouldn't have had both pieces of this red right next to each other. Let's see, maybe if I put them on the top, it'll be better, because that's like the most striking color here. That's what's standing out the most is the red. And let's smooth that down. I think this is the side I want to be the top. So I'm going to tie it again so that my strings will be on this side. All right, so now I'm going to gather everything up, kind of position things the way you want it if you're following along. And I'm just going to kind of adjust a few things because it looks like I got all the red in the same spot. So let's adjust, adjust, adjust. Got everything smooth and laying flat around the top here, the little bulb of the tassel. Okay, so all of that's laid out nice and smooth. And then I'm going to start wrapping. So I'm going to wrap one of these around a few times. Maybe 3 or 4 times, something like that. See, and even though I cut this long, I still am a little short. Then I'm going to use the other string, wrap it around a few times the other way. And then those two can meet. And I could have come down a little lower on the tassel, but I think we're good. The bulb is a little short, but I think we are good. And then I'm just going to tie that off, go around. Well, let's go ahead and do a double knot. I'm going to go around on the other side and tie it off as well. These pom-poms make it a little difficult. Double knot. And I think we are good now. These are shorter. I'm going to trim this off because it looks a little torn on the end. But these are a little short. Oh, we lost a piece of lace. Oh no, that was the extra piece. It just got stuck on there. Okay. So let's adjust. Make sure everything is pulled down. If you want to put a little bead of glue on your knot, if you can see your knot, you could do that as well. I can't really see my knot because of the eyelashes. Okay, so now I'm going to trim it. We got some pieces that, since they've been wrapped on a card so long, they don't want to lay flat. But I'm not going to worry about that. And I'm not going to trim it exactly. I'm just going to, let's see. Let's do this like this. Let's comb it out. Pull it down as straight as possible. And I'm just going to trim off the extra long pieces. Doesn't have to be exactly even. I don't like them when they're exactly even. And I'm cutting at an angle for most of them. I could just chomp them all off at once, but I'm just trying to get the extra long pieces. Let's get that off. All right, so got those bits off. Now let's see if we need to trim any more. I'm just holding it up to see how it falls. And snipping where it needs to come off. Because when you hold it like this, you don't really see everything and you don't see how it's gonna lay. So yeah, I like to just hold it up and see how, well, not lay, but how it's gonna fall. So I can hold it up and see how things fall and get a better angle on it. Okay. Now, if you want to put something more on top, you could, like this little extra piece of lace, I could wrap that around. Maybe add a little hot glue to hold it in place. I think it looks nice. Maybe I'll do that. I'll see. But in the meantime, I'm going to leave it as it is. Then you can straighten that up. You can go through with a needle and thread and add something. I could have wrapped these around a gold ring, jewelry making or jewelry finding ring, something like that. So this is the journal and this is the tassel. Okay. So the colors do match. We got the gold, the white, the red, the black. So that turned out nice, I think. A little bit of cream in there. Let's trim this white a bit. Let's do this one. Now I can fiddle with this for a while, but I won't. Let's just trim off these little bits. But yeah, so this is the journal that this will go on. And this journal, at the time of this recording, is still available in my shop. I just kind of decided, well, let's make a tassel for it. So to attach this, I had this little clip on here. So we're gonna attach it to this clip. And to do that, I'm just going to use a pen, a bulb pen. Here we go. And I think I'm going to use the red because I don't often use red. So this is a way for me to use the red maybe. And then let's open it up and kind of stick it through. It's hard to see where those strings are, but we're going to stick it through the top of the tassel bulb. I'm going to put this on here. Let's see. As well, and then close the pin. All right, there we go. And so then that's can clip right on the spine. Then when you want to use the journal, you can just take that off. So, and that's what that looks like. Let's move this out of the way so you can get a fairly good look. All right, so that is the tassel. That is how it turned out. And I will probably lay something on to get the pieces that are a little bent to flatten out, but they will flatten out over time as well. So there we go. I think it turned out nice. All right, so that is how I make a tassel, and I kind of vary it and do it different, slightly different. But as far as the base of cutting the pieces and how I put the pieces together, it's pretty much basically the same every time. So it just depends on if I use a jewelry loop to loop them around or not. If you are interested in that, let me know in the comments and I'll come back and make another one. But for now, that is it. That is how I make a tassel. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll holler at y'all next time. Bye.